Thanks for joining us. We are live at 5. We're ready to get your thoughts on some of the stories we have today. We got some good ones out there, too. But first, be sure you subscribe to our growing YouTube channel. Also, follow us on Facebook if you want to get in on the conversation. So that's where we post these stories every day. Give you guys some time to get engaged and share some of those thoughts. Let's get started. I'm here with Jennifer Bellamy and also Caitlin Ross today. Some very interesting topics today out there.
Yeah, this first one that we're going to talk about has so many people really concerned right now, especially as we're still in those summer months. A couple claims that their border collie died from blue-green algae toxins in Lake Allatoona. Now, there was no necropsy performed. That's an animal autopsy. The woman claims that her vet said due to symptoms they thought it was a blue-green algae poisoning, but experts that we spoke with say it would be hard to identify that without some testing done. The Army Corps of Engineers is investigating. They reported to the Department of Natural Resources that there is no confirmed algae bloom, but a lot of folks really still concerned about this because this is just something people do. It's part of summer. You go out with the family and the family dog, and you get out in the water.
Yeah,
I'm in the lake with my dog almost every single weekend. This woman's post broke my heart because you can just tell this was a member of her family.
Yeah.
And it happened so suddenly. That's the really scary part about this. It wasn't like the dog was sick for a long time. Her dog passed away that night.
Wow.
And it's so sad.
It really is. A lot of folks really are chiming in, talking about this one with concerns. The first comment coming in from Holly. She says, with no official diagnosis, the owner elected not to do the necropsy. As we mentioned, it'll always be an assumption. She says it's still very sad, but that test would have offered information to the public about whether or not we really need to be concerned about the waters out there. Another comment coming in from Nancy. She's saying that this is the second dog that she has heard about this happening with. And so that makes it even more frightening. Another one happened down in Lady Bird Lake in Texas throughout the year. So she's saying this is very scary that there are so many things that are out there that are making people sick. A lot of things to be concerned about.
Yeah, and I think you really just want to be aware, because if this is happening, like you said, it is that time of year where people are doing this, not, mass hysteria, but just something to be on the lookout for. And, what should people really know before heading out to the lake anyway?
Yeah, and we do have some tips to share with you. These are coming in from some very trusted sources that we've been looking in. They're saying that you don't need to let your dogs into scummy water. If you see anything like that, you want to make sure you keep them away from it. If they do happen to come in contact with water like that, you want to wash them with fresh water and with soap. And then also you want to let somebody know, let authorities, whoever is managing that lake, let them know that you've noticed these changes in the water so that they can take the appropriate steps to make sure that they either can get rid of it or maybe warn other people.
Good tips on that story. This one is just really heartbreaking, the one that I saw out there today. So it's sort of twofold. The story of the day that I saw was about this program that a company is offering that allows you to partner with an American doctor if you're an American patient, but you guys go and meet up in Mexico in order to have your procedure done for a cheaper price, because the medical bills are just so outrageous in the United States. People are going into medical debt and going into bankruptcy because their bills are so high. And so this doctor is a surgeon here in the U.S., and through this company, they say, hey, you can take your patient to Mexico, get the procedure done. This woman had a knee replacement surgery. Not only is she not going to come out of pocket, she's going to get a check.
What?
She's going to get a check because of the service. And because this company that has set this up, they're thankful that you're taking the cheaper option. So they're paying the cost to get to Mexico as well.
What?
So I think not only with that, it just shows how big the problem is, that someone had to find a cut through to say, we have to help our employees. She's actually the spouse of the employee who works for this company, to say, we got to get you guys some cheaper options. She needed a new knee.
Well, that's the absolute point I was going to make, is the fact that you have to go to a different country to get the health care that you need. That points out a problem to me.
Yeah.
Something has to be done to fix that.
Especially for, we hear stuff like this for cosmetics, but this is something that is necessary for quality of life. It's not, something that's elective. And so that is even more concerning, that people are having to do this for things that they really need to have a good quality of life.
And it's such a scary thing. Listen to what some of the people are saying here on Facebook about this one. So Robert says that taking care of the elderly should not be debatable. It should be done. Some medications are so expensive They can have copays of $1,000 per month on prescription supplement insurance. Think about that. You think it's the supplement and you're still coming out of all this money. But think about the perspective of so many families making some tough decisions, which is from this next comment that says that it is to the point where you pay a bill or get food. I have actually seen people pay the medical bills because they don't want to be harassed. And so I think it's a really good point to think about, you know, with your employer, talk about what are my options, what are some cheaper options, because this program is out there to allow you to go to Mexico.
I would go. Why not? If it's going to save you that much money,
take flight.
A lot of people would like more information.
Yeah, book me on a flight. I'll actually drop it down on the YouTube page and make sure you guys have the link to the story so that you can see more about the program.
That's great. So for me today, back to school at UGA, 7,000 freshmen are checking in, and UGA just started this new program that mandates mental health screening for every single student that's walking in their doors. They said they want to make sure that these kids entering a new phase of life are feeling okay and really mentally ready for the challenge to take on their freshman year.
Ooh, I remember freshman year. I would have walked in that office gladly, you know. But I think I say that now in hindsight because at the time it's so many stigmas around it, and I love that everyone has to go because you're not singled out in any sort of way. So everyone is getting it on the front end before something happens, right?
Everyone's not walking in from the same place when you go to college. You may not have had a family member who's been there. You might not have an older sibling to kind of guide you, show you the ropes. You just might not know what you're planning to do. You just know I kind of need to go to college. So all those different things will really, I think, help. Or rather, this program could help with all of those things coming to bear with different students. There are so many different pressures and you're not used to dealing with it on your own.
And that's what a lot of the commenters were saying. I want to take you to some of what people said. Kaya here says, look, I love it. I think it's wonderful. This is a huge life change for them, and it's past time we took the stigma off of mental health care. Glad they're being proactive. Other people did have some questions, wondering how it's going to be paid for. That was the second thing we got, and I did get the answer to that. It is UGA, it is school funded. So Tina said, then I think it's great. It's actually going on right now. They started this morning and they're going to be going through 9 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow they're going to have a second round where they get all of the other students who are coming in a day late. And they said they really just want to make sure their students are okay, which I love.
I would love in 4 years if we followed up on this freshman class of 2019 to see how they did when graduation time comes. I think it's going to make a huge difference.
Knowing they have that support.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, we want to hear from you. We want to hear what you think about all of these stories. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post every single weekday. And follow us on our social media to get your comments on the show. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Monday.
Yeah, I think that would be so cool to do like a, you know, like a